All right. Good afternoon, everyone. It is Tuesday, November 17, 2020. We are a group of about a dozen seniors here in advanced broadcasting, and we are finishing up our day on this Tuesday afternoon. And we've been instructed by the Health Department of Michigan and our governor, currently Gretchen Whitmer, that we are to switch over to remote learning starting tomorrow for 3 weeks, hopefully. And so as a class, we decided to get together here and talk about it and document this day in our lives. I think we will remember it for a long time. So, Kaylee, I'm going to start with you. How are you feeling about all the things that you are responsible for right now?
Yes. I'm a little stressed out, but not really at the same time because everyone is gone. But I'm sad because our basketball season's probably going to be canceled and I have a lot of stuff to do, but it'll be fine. It's whatever.
I'm back. No. Thank you. I'm back. Anyway, yes, it's whatever. And we say kind of affectionately and annoyingly in this classroom, it's fine. It will be fine. All right. Let's jump on over to Blake and Jake. A couple athletes talk to us about these sports and how that all is getting shifted and how you're feeling about that.
Are we mute?
No, we're good.
Well, yeah, I kind of found out that sports are effective immediately. So we can't really do anything about it. So we can't practice anything for 3 weeks. And they're saying that it might go on more. It sucks because with it being our senior year and all, we can't really play this like hockey's my sport, I guess. And with that being canceled, you can't really do anything about it. So it's kind of frustrating because you can't really change anything. You just kind of got to deal with it. So.
Yeah, I think it's important to keep a positive mindset and just know that we're all in the same boat and it's going to be all right.
Hey, Emma, what are you concerned about going into the next 3 weeks, either for yourself or on behalf of others?
I'm kind of concerned about being able to get myself to do the asynchronous work because I know that when we had that last year when we had work all on our own, it was really hard for me to get to do my work. But my mom and I have put a schedule for me and my brother so that it's easier for us to follow. So that way it's a lot easier. But I think it's going to be really hard for everybody. But we're going to learn how to deal with it and how to do it for the next 3 weeks. And it's kind of just testing it out if we have to ever do this again too.
Yes, it is unclear now. I think people are hopeful that 3 weeks will get our numbers down, but it's unclear if that's going to be the case. Owen, you were asking me earlier my opinion on that. What is your opinion? Are you hopeful that we'll be able to come back in 3 weeks, or do you think that this is going to get
I think it's going to get extended through Christmas break. Yeah. So I think we might be coming back at start of the year.
That means that Thanksgiving and Hanukkah and Christmas and all of these wonderful holidays, a New Year, are all included in those coming weeks. I got 3 girls sitting on the WOBN set. Let's unmute your mic. Aubrey, Leah, Jenna, talk
I'll
to
talk about
us
it
about your holiday plans, expectations, concerns. Maybe you've made some amendments to the to your what you typically do.
Well, I know for Thanksgiving we usually go and see our families and stuff, but we're not going to do that this year. And during Christmas break, we're going to Aruba, and we'll be gone the week we come back for school. So if we're out, then I'm going to miss more school than I already am, so that's going to be a little stressful. Yeah. Turn. Your turn. Oh, just me? Okay.
No, all of
No, all of
Oh.
us. Yeah. Yeah, my mom just told me yesterday that my aunt had canceled our Thanksgiving plans, so it'll just be the four of us, I think, for Thanksgiving. We're not really sure about Christmas. Usually we do like traveling, but I don't know how that's going to work because we come from a bunch of different like places all over the U.S. and then like my cousins are in college, so that's just so many people. So I don't know if that's going to work this year, which is kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. I mean, you can't really do anything about it.
Yeah, we were supposed to do Thanksgiving and Christmas with all of our extended family, but this year it's just going to be me, my siblings, and my parents. So I'll still have them coming home, which is good, but not a big family like I'm used to.
Thank you so much. Kara, I believe you're hoping to get some travel in as well. What are you thinking about that?
Yeah, so my family is going or hoping to go to Florida in that first week of December. So we're still planning on going if everything, goes to plan. Chicago did just release some information where like if you fly out of Chicago, they want you to either do a 14-day quarantine before or have a negative test at least 72 hours prior to your flight takeoff. So we're looking into that and making sure that we are, staying safe so that we can end up going. But as of right now, I'm just excited to be able to get away if we can. Not that we're going to get away from Corona by any means, but just like try to just get rid of the mess that's been going on and just like release more mental book. So, yeah.
Andrew, I know that you are taking at least one class that's not here at West Ottawa High School. Have your classes, all of them been affected? And can you describe that for us?
For my Hope College class, we actually just finished yesterday. Well, our last class was yesterday, and we have our exam next week. So for the next 3 weeks, I'm just chilling. We don't have that much to do. For my other classes, I know probably gonna have a lot of work in AP Chem and Advanced Expos and TLK too, with Jaeger giving it lots of. He has a plan for all of us, but other than that, I feel like it's not really much different for me personally because everything we do, I usually just do at home anyways. So,
how do you suspect they will handle your exam, or how do they handle testing?
I'm taking the class online, like synchronous online, so we have like our Google Meets, and he usually just has us have our webcam on, and then he just sends us the exam and we write it on paper, then we turn it in through Moodle.
Okay, switching gears here a little bit, going back to athletics. Haley, I know you were are part of the swim team. I know that. Also, we've got other athletes in the group. Leah, I know that you dive as well. And what are you guys thinking as far as your, final meets here? Are they going to get rescheduled? Go ahead, Haley.
I don't know. We're kind of in a situation right now that's quite frustrating because we heard Sunday night or whenever Whitmer had released her statement that initially it was okay, sports are postponed and we're going to have 3 weeks, but we're at a tough spot where we had 5 more days to go in our season. And like hockey and swimming, hockey you're on the ice, swimming you're in the pool. So to I guess, do kind of training outside of that for a hopeful state meet is really, really difficult. And so everything's up in the air right now. People are saying, okay, we're going to have a meet in 3 weeks, or do your best to train in case that meet comes around. But unfortunately, I just don't think that's going to happen. And after kind of our hearts were all torn out of our chests Sunday night or whatever Whitmer said what she said, it's kind of hard to get back into the mentality of, yeah, I want to go have a meet. I want to go compete.
Is it even realistic for a swimmer or a diver? I mean, I know that with training, there's taper and there's these things that I don't fully understand. Is it even realistic to think that after 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 5 weeks or 6 weeks, whatever it ends up being, that you guys would just dive back in the pool and compete at that level?
Our coach has said, do what you can to stay strong for these next 3 weeks. I think if it gets pushed beyond that, like the MHSAA had said something about January 1st, by then we would have a state meet. Our coach said yesterday something about, I would hope that if they did decide to have that meet, that we would have a few weeks to get in and train. But at this point, we just really don't know.
Leah, do you have anything to add from a diving perspective?
I don't know. I was kind of thankful because we actually got a lot further in the season than I thought, really. And so it kind of sucks to go this far and then not be able to finish. But it's kind of like what Haley said. I know for us, it's super hard. We can't really work out and bulk up and be strong for diving, really. It's kind of just the repetition that helps us get better. So even for the swimmers, they can't get in the pool and do stuff, but I feel like they could work out a little bit and have it be a little bit better. But for us, I just don't see it happening really. But I'm so glad that we got to have part of it. And I hope that the sports that are being postponed will still have their whole season just later in the year, maybe.
That's a great attitude to have. Yeah, for sure. Taya, speaking of a positive attitude, you are going to have some extra time on your hands, I suspect, due to our synchronous and asynchronous learning schedule. What are you looking forward to do or hoping to do?
Okay, so anyways, before we got shut down, I was joking about how because I finished college essays, I need to pick up some hobbies. So I'm planning on, I don't know, probably just looking into that, trying to pick up something to do with all my free time, maybe baking or something like that, but I don't really know.
Well, as you guys know, the last time we were shut down, I started baking bread from scratch, sourdough, have a sourdough starter, not even using yeast. That was kind of a big deal for me. I'm still doing it. Who's got something they can tell us, a hobby or something that they're going to revisit, maybe figure out, do during this time? Okay, it looks like Blake and Jake, take it away.
Yeah, it's Blake here, and last quarantine I picked up customizing shoes, and now I'm gonna continue to do that because I'm gonna have way too much free time and it's fun.
How much do you charge for these custom shoes?
Hey, it's Blake here. It really depends on what you want, and if you just want your name or WOBN, it'll be probably around $10 to $15 if it's but if it's the full shoe, it's more $50 to $60.
All right. Who is working at a job where they suspect they will still be working? Go ahead, Owen, tell me about it.
So yeah, at PEF we're still gonna be working. I'm not sure if we're gonna be doing what they did last time during lockdown when we would bring pizzas out to their cars. So I'm not sure. I guess I'm gonna find out today because I have a shift at 4 tonight. So
Emma, were you nodding your head as well? No? Okay. Anybody else? Go ahead, Kara.
Well, me and Andrew's job work in the same company, and we just got laid off yesterday,
Oh,
so that's also
no.
interesting. We will not be working, but
We
we
get
can get unemployment.
unemployment.
So kind of better, honestly. I'm gonna miss like all my coworkers and stuff, but it's kind of nice to, not nice. Looking at the positive side, we get to like kind of be adultish and like file for like some like government thing, which is kind of interesting. And we get to make money off of it.
I'm
So
really sad because this Thursday,
I can't see
there's
you,
a- there was a-
Andrew. There you
Oh.
go.
there was a big company that was supposed to come to our restaurant. I was supposed to get like a fat tip, but now that can't happen anymore.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, shucks.
Shucks is right.
Shucks.
I know.
I
And
had no idea about the unemployment and the laid off piece. My goodness. I'm so sorry, but you're right. There is, I guess, an element of adventure to the whole experience.
yeah. I mean, I felt bad for a lot of our servers because they're like older, like they're actually adults and that is their main income. And it's like for us teenagers, like, oh yay, we get laid off, but we get money, la la la. But like some of these people, like they rely on those tips for a living for their families. And so it's kind of disappointing to think about how they might be in a tough financial situation. So I don't know, you just have to think about them during times like that also.
Yeah, when you hear comments from politicians or comments from others and even small group conversations at school, there are definitely families and individuals that this has been tremendously, tremendously hard on. And if you don't have firsthand knowledge of that, that is a gift because you've kind of ridden out a pandemic that has negatively impacted so many people individually and so many small businesses too. So with regard to that, as you know, Mr. Walcott and myself were both teachers. I know we've got some of you have parents that are teachers. Do you guys have any questions for me as far as education is concerned, or as far as what things are going to look like for us going forward?
I guess I'll say something. What what do you plan? Like, has this been super stressful for you, and what has this changed in an aspect of like maybe learning for you as a teacher and adapting, or what is something that you look forward to in an online setting?
Well, I said to my husband, Sunday night, and I think I've been saying to you guys for months that we're ready. We have StreamYard put in place. We made a plan with a video editor, and I guess I'm marveling at how hard I've been working since the Sunday night announcement, because even though I did have a lot of stuff in place, there is obviously a ton of work to be done. A lot of things need to be amended, making sure that you guys were set up for success. The fact that I had students for 2 days was wonderful, but setting every individual up for success obviously takes a lot of work and preparation. And hey, do this and make sure you know how to do this. And here's a paper to take home with you. And so it's just a lot, but it's been fine. And I think that I feel good about setting students up for success. And as we've all been saying, all educators, this is going to be very different than it was last spring. So just a nice reminder for you guys as you enter into this, that asynchronous is kind of on your own. And then the synchronous learning in the afternoons is when you'll be face-to-face with your teacher. Who has a comment on that schedule? What do you think about that?
Blake here. I just think it's going to be I like the schedule because you have time to sleep in, but you also have plenty of time to go to class.
Right. You have time to do your homework and you do have flexibility flexibility in that. So yes, if you wanted to sleep in through that asynchronous time and do homework another time, you have that choice. And Wednesday, unless you have other important meetings like Student Senate or in your seminar or a meeting with a counselor or a principal or support staff, Wednesday's going to be quite light, I would imagine. So if necessary, you could frantically get caught up with work on that day too. Well, we've been talking for a bit here, and I guess I'm just looking for a concluding statement from each of you, kind of a how you're feeling, what you're thinking, because in about a half hour, you're going to head out of here, and we're just being honest with each other. We don't entirely know when we're going to see each other face to face in real life again. So let's start with Kaylee. What's a message you have for everybody, the 12 of us? We're pretty fabulous, by the way, you know?
Well, if I never see you in person again, that's pretty sad. But stay strong, I guess, and hopefully we'll be back here in 3 weeks, and be safe. And you're pretty nifty guys. So yeah.
All right, girls in the studio.
I feel like some people were asking me how I feel about like the closure and about like state being canceled, and honestly, I was like, yeah, I'm disappointed, but honestly, it's just like another thing. Like that's kind of how this year has been, and I feel like we need to learn how to like make the best out of it, which I feel like we're doing. Like I feel like a lot of us are going into a more positive mindset. Like in the spring, we were like, what's going on? We don't really know what's happening, but now we feel prepared. So that's good. And I'm just hoping and praying that we all make it back soon, because I will miss seeing everybody.
To add on to that, like how she said, I feel like not only are we like being more positive with this, but we're more positive on like everything. So whenever something bad happens, I feel like we're all like look for the bright side in something, because this past year hasn't been many bright sides. So I guess we're just keep being positive.
Yeah, I think it's really helped us appreciate like the few football games we got to go to. I think we appreciated them a lot more than we would have in the past. So yeah, it's not like fun, but I think it really has helped all of us learn how to appreciate everything more.
Yes, I would agree. Excellent comments from you. You know, you got to focus on what you can do and what you can participate in and what you have access to, and enjoy life to the best of your ability. Emma, what are your last words?
I think this entire year has just been like a learning curve for all of us, especially for teachers. It's been like really hard for them. And I think we just need to stay positive and look for the good. It's 2020 is almost over, and just kind of stay positive. But also if you need the help, go and get it, because it's gonna you don't know how long this could last. But also make sure you do your stuff and do what needs to be necessary for.
Haley and Taya, what do you got for us?
I would just say continue to persevere through the situation. I think we've done a great job thus far, and just do what you've been doing.
Yep. All right. Blake and Jake. We can't hear you. Are you talking? Oh my. They're having fun. I can see that. All right, Owen, your turn. Oh, there they went.
I don't really know what to say.
Okay. It's okay. Go ahead, Owen.
To say Merry Christmas because I don't think I'm going to see you guys before then.
Yes, we have to do the best we can to enjoy those holidays. And I will not see you before Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving is a very underrated holiday, in my opinion. Even if you are with a small group, it can be and should be pretty fabulous. And it's my hope that you feel blessed and grateful no matter what. So, okay, we're going to go over to Andrew and Kara.
So my number one thing is stay positive, test negative. And as I always say, live a life that you want to relive. And if this is the worst thing that ever happens to you, you have a very good life. So take these little moments that you get to spend with your family. If your siblings are home from college, or even if, they're younger, just take those moments that you guys get to spend together, and don't take those for granted, because someday you will not be all living in the same house. So your Thanksgiving and your Christmas with your little family unit will be something you always remember. So don't take that for granted.
I just wanted to say, if I don't see any of you all ever again, it's been an amazing last 4 years with you guys. I know this is not how we wanted the year to end, but it is what it is. Thank you, Wally, for all you've done for us.
So true.
Thank you, West Ottawa. And just have a great day and a better tomorrow.
That was so sweet. That was perfect. Oh, thank you. Thank you, President Key. My goodness. Well, to wrap this up, folks, I will just say that no matter what happens, we don't exactly know what the future holds, but it is my expectation and my hope that even though our learning will be remote or virtual, that we will not miss a beat and we will still be able to be together. It just is going to be different. And I look forward to connecting with you on whatever it is we're going to do, because I guess now we're going to hold off on the documentaries, but Wally will figure it out. Okay. Wally will figure it out. All right. Let's call it. Let's all wave and say goodbye to November 17.
It's so